This is a Gullah doll. This is African Gullah doll.
They just came in. And they're all over the place.
They are all.
They have taken over the place.
They have taken over my gallery.
Yeah.
Now, this is an African American Gullah doll, and it was made by many African queens. I call every woman an African queen, especially a Gullah woman. They are lovely, they are enchanting, and we are so happy to have them. And each one is uniquely different. Each one has a different message. Like the one that I'm holding right now, she has a container of moss. And the moss, of course, it carries all kinds of medicinal purposes, which the African knew about. And then we have some with cotton, and we have some with rice. We have some with even sweet grass, flowers and roses in their hands. So yes, the dolls have taken over in a great way. But the question is, why were African dolls made? What was the purpose of them? For the children, because it was a form of self-love. They needed to have something or someone that looked like them to raise their self-esteem. And even down to the adults, they still needed someone or something to represent them. It really did take on the characteristics of the person. That's right. It had the mother, it had the father, it had, if it was a son or a daughter, it had their personality. Now you'll note with this doll, they are featureless. And the reason why they are featureless, number one, it could represent anyone. And also, in the Gullah culture, we're very spiritual people. So it is believed that when you put the eyes or the nose or the mouth, particularly the eyes, when you open up those eyes, you're also opening up to other worlds. And so that's why they are featureless. In terms of the paintings, the backs are turned. You don't see the faces. And in some cultures, they are very sacred about that, about opening up the eyes. Okay, the first reason why dolls were created, and we're not just talking about Gullah dolls or African dolls, we're talking about dolls in general. The main reason, because they took on a certain type of deity or godlike qualities, someone or something to look up to. Now, the head usually were made from clay, whereas the rest of the body was made from some type of cloth. They would make them big, small. They would make them about this size too. Now, some of the dolls also had a white face, and it also had a black face in one doll. Like for instance, the doll that you're looking at right here, you see the African face. It would sometimes even have the features. And you would turn it on the back and then it would have a white face. The question was, why would it have two faces? Well, the reason why we believe that it would have two faces, let's say if a black kid was playing with a doll that had two faces, and if someone were to walk in the room during the time of slavery, let's say that the little black girl would immediately turn it back to the black face so that whoever was coming through the door, they would know that she was playing with the black doll instead of the white doll. But all children should have dolls that look like them, that represent them, to represent also the cultures. There were different kinds of patterns that were also used, and kids would just play out the attitudes of the doll, the mannerism of the dolls, and they would take care of them and they would put it in a sacred place. And that's why the African American Gullah dolls were made.